We actually go through here, and the guy has like paperwork on the dashboard. But I'm really getting too old for this stuff, to be honest. But you know, Tom Cruise is still doing it at the age of 65. Whew, man, I'm sweating. You don't want to get in the habit of doing this. So for me, I'm going legit, hopefully forever, but at least for 180 days, for sure, as much as possible. Scary, scary, scary. But I got the information here, and let me see something. Okay. I was really scared. I was going in. Told everybody I loved them. Everybody that knows me, you know, that I love them. Yeah, I love them. Yeah, for helping me along the journey. Because I've always been kind of a nervous wreck. Okay. Whew. Hope you like the screenplay reading. We're gonna head back to Linda and Kitty. I gotta make another bill payment too. Okay. I mean, that really scared the crap out of me. That's okay. It's October. It's time to be scared. The judge was nice. He wasn't like, "Hey, how you doing? Sorry about that." He wasn't that nice. I did call him Your Honor. I was respectful, and I wore good clothing. You can see my tie. But it's no laughing matter. I know it's funny to see someone kind of nervous and scared, right, Kitty? But I even took Kitty's body down right there, so there's more room right here. But you know, I was I don't know, you know, I mean, I didn't know what was going to happen to me because I didn't know if other things were going to be mentioned. You never know in those cases. I don't care how clean slate you are, how perfect you are. When you're facing the judge, your heart's going to be beating. This is your sentence, you know. But he said that I wouldn't have to worry about a conviction as long as they make those payments within 180 days. So it's still going to be hard because I think they're requesting at least $100 payments. So I have a lot to do and kind of a short time to get there. I've been cleaning houses really hard, you know, over the last, or as hard as I can over the last few days, or the last few weeks, really. I do get a bonus if I meet certain requirements on how many and stuff like that, so I'm keeping an eye out because it might be a good thing after all. And also you get to park your car and stuff like that instead of driving around nonstop like rideshare. I gotta make this payment. This right here, which is the city center is what they call it. Fort Worth, Sundance Square is what I call it. Oh, it's only 3, good. All right, we're gonna head back. Just wanted to get some shots of the Fort Worth. You can see The Exorcist is coming out right now. Real happy about that, and The Nun right to follow. Well, you might as well have some good Catholic films. No pun there, Ellen Burstyn. I met Ellen Burstyn. She was a guest coach, acting coach of mine. I don't know why actors get in trouble and stupid stuff. Robert Downey especially. I mean, Robert Downey Jr., my gosh. He just goes into someone's house, lays down on their couch, passes out, completely high. And he does this several times until he has to go to court to make sure that he stops doing heroin, which they finally got him to stop. Because he had to be tested and everything. I think that was a wise move. I think the city of LA saved his life. Should send them a plaque, or at least a thank you letter. You got to think on theft, petty theft especially. In the long run, it's going to cost you far more money than just to go a little bit hungry. But I'm not saying anything about if you're super, super hungry and you're just very hungry and you have to take some bread, it's going to be understood. You're not going to be standing before a judge because you took some bread. At least it was some weird incident, some kind of weird bread. I'm talking about bread that you eat. It's just not going to happen. And a lot of times cops and stuff, they'll actually pay. If I give her a pregnant lady or something, you bought some milk, There's been many cases where the officer, instead of citing them, will actually pay out of pocket for the groceries. And they should have a program that does that. But there's many cases where that's happened. I'm not saying go hungry and die over the fact that you're the most legal person around. But I was hungry when that happened. I was pretty hungry. I was jogging around a lot. I was missing Linda. And I just wasn't thinking in my right mind. So I always get plenty of sleep, get plenty of food, and get plenty of rest. Because if you get a little imbalanced, you're going to lose it and do something stupid. It's important to eat right when you can. I know now 1 out of 5 kids go hungry. But it happened to Toby Maguire. You know, I haven't got to meet him. I heard he went hungry as a kid. I'm even kind of hungry now. You know, I only had like a couple slices of lunch meat and a banana. And that's tea that I'm drinking right there. I know I vlog myself eating hot dogs because, you know, it's good to eat. It's good to have food. But I'm just telling you the components that were behind what went into me taking this stupid $30 tip jar or whatever the amount and almost getting hurting other people. Look, in my mind, for a minute, I was going to bite the guy. I'm glad I didn't. I just laid there. The guy was a pretty big dude that had me in the headlock. But I could have spun around, got him in a chokehold, because I know jiu-jitsu. Didn't do that either. I kept in control at that moment because I said, okay, it's enough. Let's get back into control. Wait for the police. Still going through all of this, okay, over some change, you know. But maybe I did it for this reason, so I can be honest to you. And I still owe money. I owe child support and stuff. I'm still not out of the hot water. But maybe I'm telling you, don't take the tip jar. You know? Don't take the Gensoy bar at the health food store. Ask instead. Or get a better job. They'll want you hungry. And they'll hire you. And they'll feed you. America takes the hunger and the poor. You know, it's what Statue of Liberty is kind of about. Bring us your hungry and your poor. Isn't that what they said? Just be patient and wait. And it'll come to you. And pray. God wants you to be a disciplined student of Him. He wants you to suffer a little bit sometimes. I wasn't necessarily completely doing it just to eat, but that was probably part of it. I was also trying to help Linda, you know, because what I told Linda, and I want y'all to listen to this too, and I'll do a selfie on this. What I told Linda, I told her, I said, that drinking in excess, like alcohol, it leads to what's known as debauchery, and that can lead to poverty. It's hard to be sober. And my mission has become to help her in some way with the show, with asking you guys for help and for prayer, so that she never has to drink again, or at least not more than 1 beer a day, that she can get it under control. They say that it's a 90% chance of failure. It's a 10% chance that it'll succeed. And that could be the same with the show. You know, Jacob, the carpetbagger, supposedly was going to vlog with me. This is a rumor I heard. And that would have boosted my show. It would have brought me to the limelight. Because Jacob's got, you know, millions of followers or whatever. He probably will eventually. He's a pretty big YouTuber. He also likes steak. And he's funny. But the message that came back was that Linda was drinking, you know. YouTube is kind of positive thing. It's a PG, you know, maybe even G. You know, no curse language, no drinking, really. They don't really like it on YouTube. No smoking. They're keeping it clean. It's a new phenomenon. It's a new program. But there's a lot of people on there that do that stuff, and, you know, every once in a while a cuss word slips. The United States Postal Officer passing it right here. Kind of see it right there. It's a great building. We should vlog it. But Linda comes up with good ideas for vlogs, and I'm praying with her. I prayed with her last night, and we had prayer at dinner, and I know I'm working hard on the script and everything, but just please pray for her and everything. All right. Also, I kind of put the blame on her a little bit about some of this, and I shouldn't have done that either. It was my fault. No one can, possess you and then all of a sudden you're still in a tip jar. Yeah, I don't know. All right, it's October 10th. All right, abide in Jesus, John 15:4, St. Paul Lutheran. All right, gotta go, guys. All right, love y'all. All right, well, the judge was very professional. How's Kitty? Kitty's okay? Okay. So now I have payments to make, but that's what happens. All right, and we cut, and I'm going out to do some delivery stuff today. I'm kind of gonna be a little secretive because I may run across something that I can make a little bit of money, but this is a very important vlog. GrimmLife Collective, Aleister Crowley, English occultist, and the Order of the Golden Dawn. It talks about W.B. Yeats. I'm a big fan of W.B. Yeats, especially the poem, The Second Coming, which I think is the most important work of literature in our time. Yeats believed to write, you had to tap into the spiritus mundi, which is it means world spirit. It's like all around us, and just like a needle touching a vinyl record, we are the vessel of that needle sending this message through us and writing. And he believed the hand would take over and begin to write without us even thinking about it. There'd be no thought, and we were taken over by this world spirit, and the words would just start to come. Regardless, W.B. Yeats is probably one of our most brilliant writers. I don't know a whole lot about him, but I'm learning more and more. I learned a lot when I first got into creative writing. Anyway, I'm sending GrimmLife Collective a message on their channel, considering Aleister Crowley, English occultist, and the Order of the Golden Dawn. I did not know that Aleister Crowley and W.B. Yeats hooked up, like they met, and W.B. Yeats kicked him down the stairs. Did not know this happened. Very, very interesting. All right, message coming to you. All right, I gotta hit the pause button. That's not me, that's Cash Gordon in New York.
This is a bedroom?
Yes, this actually used to be the primary bedroom, but as of now...
Yeah, I hope that wasn't too much for copyright. He's showing off a $25,000 a month apartment in New York City, from $2,000, $7,000 to $25,000. A little bit more than this place, but New York City's, yeah, I've lived there. All right, and Kitty was messing up on the, or he's messing around on my office, so I put him in bad kitty room. Kitty? Okay, he's coming out now. There he goes. Okay, sorry. I gotta check that to see if it was a crack shot. Anyway, big day. I went to court, solved that problem, got rid of that. Now I'm gonna head off to Lewisville, and hopefully I'll keep the vlog to a minimum. Welcome to my closet. It's job interview time. Don't want to give out any important information about this one, but eventually you'll find out what it is. I'm the gig man. That's what they probably should call me, Cole the Gig Man. I just used my name. They'll find it out. You know, Bob Dylan, Zimmerman, they can figure you out. All of them. Sam Shepard, Sam Rogers. I don't know if you'll know that one. You know, Michael Caine, he didn't even have his real name, too. He had another name, too. I just now recently figured out Post Malone. Named Austin Post. I think it's Austin Richard Post or something like that. I know it's Austin Post. Supposedly he used to hang out in Grapevine in Dallas. All right, let's see. This one's tight in the neck. This one I wore to court today. So I was going to try maybe... Yeah, this one has a little bit of ring around the collar right here. I'm thinking. Okay. Gotta remember to put that in the editor. Looks strange if I don't. You know, if I just put it in and without getting all the timing right and getting all the thing with the thumb, when you move the thumb when you're doing the iMovie and you make it all like straight and everything, and making it like, you know, work out. Right. So, you know what happens when you take a tip jar? It's not funny. It'll never happen again. You know, it's the one thing when I was in New York City. I'm 50 years old, but I never took any money other than a penny that was on the floor. And when I worked at the bank, the only thing I ever did was add a dime to my tray one time, which is a fireable offense. I did that so I could balance. But my manager let it slide because I was only putting a dime on the little tray thing. Because we have to balance. But anyway, just don't do that. It can get you killed. So yeah, you don't want to do that. We're going to learn a lot of discipline. We're going to do a lot of growing. A lot of Mr. Rogers kind of stuff, maybe. We're not perfect, so we know that. Right, Kitty? Kitty got in trouble today because he was climbing in the office, in my little office, makeshift office. And there he is right now. He's coming into the shot. Do you want to come over this way, Kitty? Get into the shot? Come over here. His name's Edmund. Edmund Tuxedo Cassavetes. He really likes watching kitty channels like Galaxy. Is that his name? Hey. Okay, he's bitey. He likes to bite, and he claws, and he's very loving and careful. I'm not selling the cat. I'm just introducing him. His full name is Edmund Tuxedo Cassavetes. He is named after Edmund, which is a farmer's cat, because I write. I just write stuff. I write stories. I wrote a children's story. Oh, okay, Kitty, I get the point. I wrote a children's story called Mid-Cities Boulevard Squirrels. And the farmer's cat is named Edmund. So he got the name of Edmund. Tuxedo, because he's black and white. And Cassavetes, after John Cassavetes. Who else? Right, Kitty? Okay, that's enough. All right, I understand. I got it. Right on cue. Okay. Enough clawing into me. Okay, I got to get to this interview. Wrong way. There we go. Come on. There we go. You got it. Good job. All right. So my theft charge, I paid a payment of $250 for October 10th. It's dedicated to Winona Ryder. And this is the amount that I owe right now. So what is that amount? Now we're down to that one. So got a lot of work to do. We don't want to go back over there. Today we'll be having a maybe 1/8 some kind of Sonic toasted thing with a little bit of meat on it. I ate it earlier, left some for Linda, but anyway. And it's cold. Alright, that's good. I moved it as a bowl too quick. A mopping. Sorry about that, kitty. We're getting you some new dry food. As a ghost body now. I put it up here because I have to go legit for 180 days. So I have to be perfect for 180 days. So that means no funny stuff for 180 days, and then that crime just goes away. It's called dismissal, or they call it deferred. Okay, they do have a clear alert in a red Honda. I didn't get the license plate. On the next billboard, we'll get it. It's coming out of Pflugerville. They have a really good skate park there too, in Pflugerville, right over by, headed towards, what is that place called? Round Rock. But it's called Pflugerville. Big old skate park there. They got bowls and everything. And the beautiful Lake Worth. There's the skyline. Fort Worth. Where they try to keep the good people in and have to look out the bad people eventually. Lower Bulldog. Alright, clear alert, red Honda, Pflugerville, looks like a JLT 5823. So down here we have amber alert, silver alert, which I wrote a story about silver alert kitty. I wanted Fred Armisen to look at it. It's a long story about filming locations in the Northeast and Nor'easter. Well, it's actually a hurricane that comes in. Anyway, okay, so there's 6 alerts that you can see on the billboards. So you've got amber, silver, endangered intellectual person. That's if it's a mentally handicapped person, it goes missing or something like that. Then we have camo, which is military personnel alert. And then we have blue, which is if someone has harmed a police officer or fatally killed a police officer or something like that. And then the 6th one is blue, it's a camo, clear, endangered. I said silver. I'll look it up. So it goes amber, silver, blue, endangered, camo, and clear. And clear is what we're looking at right now. Clear is when someone's been kidnapped and they're missing, and they've seen them in that car, so they'll give the license plate. All right, so there's 6 of them. Went through a lot of them. Oh man, you see them all the time on the billboards. I try to report them for the show, so I don't know. It's kind of a log. I go by them and I you know, we might as well spread the news when we can. I mean, I'm on the road all the time, so I started doing it a while, and then I got an idea to write this short story called Silver Alert Kitty, which was about a elderly man that lives in Florida, and he's a stand-up comedian, kind of like Fred Armisen or something, and he goes off on an adventure up north with his cat, and it's kind of like, the Silver Alert is kind of a joke, you know, because she makes a joke about how, well, we should have called a Silver Alert on you. And what ends up happening is he gets stopped by a state trooper for some kind of warrant or something. And when he's there, the cat gets loose from the cage inside the car. And when he rolls the window down, he's talking to the state trooper. The cat jumps on the face of the state trooper. The state trooper takes a step back, gets hit by an 18-wheeler. Then, since there's a fatal accident, they just let him go because they have to help out the fatal accident. And so he's free to leave. And then he goes to like up north. He goes to a bar, he meets some chick, and there's like this long story. And he's trying to do filming locations. He's older. That's why it's called Silver Alert Kitty. It's a pretty good story. It's on my, I think it did go through on my fictionpress.com under Ash Cole, under my a pseudonym name. Nom dem Plume. Nom dem Plume. All right, so the major difference between the Amber Alert and the Clear Alert is the Amber Alert is if a child goes missing from 17 years and younger. That's an Amber Alert. A Clear Alert is if they go missing from 18 to 64. That's what it says on the side. So I don't know if you're older than 64, maybe they put that in as a Silver Alert. So if you fall into the 65-year-old category, then you fall into that Silver Alert category. So it's a major difference. From New Jersey. Still pulling out the LTE. This old iPhone 11. Looks like we got American Eagle coming up to the left, looking real nice on the landing. They're usually pretty smooth. Sometimes I heard in a blue moon they serve peanuts on those flights too. Those little American Eagle flights give you a little Sprite can, a little thing of honey roasted salted peanuts. One time they were handing out crackers, but people were kind of fighting over them a little bit. They were water table crackers and cheese. There's their line of path right there. For a landing.